Well, good morning, our beloveds. We really do prefer to start the day this way because we bring our another joy. As many of you realize, when you wake up in the mornings, your thoughts go to what is on your to-do list for the day, your worries, your concerns, your considerations. It is normal. It is human. But, or alternatively, and when you start your day with us, with whatever's out there, and you start from a place of appreciation, acknowledgement, and seeing your lives through a different lens, one which allows you just to be and to see and to experience it as it is, not as you have been told that it must be. We can help to find things in your lives which are really positive, which are really beautiful, even if they grow out of immense pain and suffering. Sometimes you can see that you could never be this mighty oak in the middle of a field if you hadn't been ripped away from your family and dropped out in the middle of nowhere in a pile of horse dung. That's shit. It is because of your circumstances that you find yourselves where you are today. And not that we wish for you to glorify the painful past. That is not the point. The point is to simply say, I accept all of the phases, stages, and experiences in my life because that is what brought me to where I am today. Change any of those components, and you would be a different being. And if you can get to a sense where you appreciate yourselves, finding true love for yourself and meaning and purpose in your life, meaning that there is something that guides you when you wake up every morning, some point on the horizon that gives you purpose outside of yourselves. And it's not money-based. It's not glory-based. It's not ego-based. It just is based on love. When you find this peace in life, which is granted the most difficult because it is the most elusive, because it is what is hidden deep within you, and it requires immense introspection and then continual refinement. Because as many of you know, once you have been initiated on the spiritual path, there is no time to just sit and reflect on all the growth that you have gone through, because there is more growth to be had, much more refined and detailed, and sometimes painful. It is this point in history where humanity finds itself individually and collectively. You are all asked to continue on the journey that COVID initiated you into. The world is in a spiritual awakening. Now, not to dampen the reality, but when you look at the psych wards, they are filled with people who have been spiritually awakened. When you look at the unhoused or homeless population, they are oftentimes filled with those who have been spiritually awakened. This is the reality that our another came upon in her studies. And she truly realizes, that she is one of the lucky ones to have integrated this journey. But for the grace of God, there go I. When the world goes mad, it goes sane. But the problem is, it is a journey, and it needs forefathers who understand the path to help them to settle into this new way of perceiving the world, accepting that they can never go back to where they came from, and to lean into the mystery of the unknown. How do you do that when the world tells you that you are crazy and not worthy of being alive as you are? This is where humanity finds itself right now, and we can tell you with absolute assurance, more mental hospitals are not the solution. It is kindness, compassion, validating that your lived experience is really real, and helping you to integrate these new insights, gifts, abilities, and perspectives. This is what each of you will be asked to go through. If you think that the schizophrenic is crazy, then therein lies the problem. Because believe it or not, they are more sane than you, they have more insight than you, and they are more grounded in reality than you. Because the outside world that you all have successfully denied that it exists is forcing its way into their lived reality. And it can be terrifying, truly terrifying, especially when the world tells you that you have gone mad. But when the whole world goes mad all at once because of a global spiritual awakening, what do you do then? You can't lock up all the crazies because it's all of you, every single one of you. And therein lies the humor. None of you have been prepared for this, because this is what spiritual awakening is. It just happens. And then you figure out what to do next, and what to do next, and what to do next. Some of you are ahead of the path, the journey, than others, and you are there to help to ease the pain, normalize the suffering, and to realize that this is a real path and a real journey of a spiritual being coming to terms with the fact the material world is not all there is. There is this entire construct out there that has been hidden from you because you've been so busy living in the material world and told that there's nothing outside of what you can't see and measure and predict. But now all that you have been taught and all that you have believed in, with exceptions of course, is being broken open, shown to be flawed, limited, or sometimes just flat out wrong. And when you have to build a whole new belief system that is grounded on the unseen, which can't be measured, can only be told or shared by those who connect to this, do you wonder why more people are doing psychedelics or other forms of mind-altering substances? It helps them to normalize this really uncomfortable journey of becoming yourselves. You will get there, some a little haggard and worn, but it is a journey worth continuing on. Be mindful of who you engage with and how you treat them, because not all are safe right now. But also remember that they are just a different part of you, a different aspect of the human consciousness, and that they too deserve to be loved and treated with respect, no more or no less than you. And how you treat others is a reflection of how much you really love yourself, because if you're willing to harm others, it's because you don't love yourself enough yet. And so it is. Namaste.